So something I've been noticing a lot lately is people struggling with the CT side, which is kind of strange considering more times than not, the CT side is the favored side on a map. And when kind of looking at it from a distance, I've noticed that a lot of times it's because players on the CT side are not very dynamic in the way they play. And what I mean by that is, let's say, you have a teammate, he comes up here, he smokes CT ramp, and then he runs to triple stack right here, holds his position, and then the smoke fades, maybe he gets a couple picks, and then he dies. And then the next round, he does the same thing, he just throws a CT smoke. That's a horrible smoke, but he throws a CT smoke, stands here, and then it works again, he gets a couple picks, and then he dies. And then the next round, he does the same thing. I think you guys probably get what I'm trying to say here, and then he comes over here, but this time the terrorists rush through the smoke, they pre-aim the spot, and he dies, and he goes, oh, well, that guy's hacking, he pre-aimed me. Well, no, he's not hacking, he's staying in the same spot every single time. So, basically what I'm trying to say is, maybe you throw your CT smoke, not terrible like that or whatever, and then this time you run over here and hold this angle. Or maybe you run up into steps and hold right here, so that when these terrorists come out because you fucked up your smoke, they're not just coming out and going, oh, one tapped him with my AK, he's dead, now we can come on the side, deal with this guy that's probably playing on the balcony or playing the metal stack right here. So, basically just change up what you do every few rounds, or every other round, or something. Maybe you're getting owned because you're being a little bit too defensive, maybe you can throw a CT smoke, and then just throw a flash like that. Not like that, but you get the picture. Throw a flash down, and then creep up like this, and hold this angle, because they're going to be coming out here, and they're going to be pre-aiming this spot, and you can oftentimes catch one, maybe even two T players off guard, spray them down, and then, yeah, you'll die, but you got the trade, maybe even got a little bit extra, and your teammates can get on the fast rotate. Now, it's also a pretty big problem with oppers. I mean, a lot of times, I'll see this kind of CT smoke thrown, it lands like right there. Not the best smoke in the world, as you can see, and a lot of times oppers will be like, oh, what, I can't really do anything, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna shoot some no-scopes through the smoke and just hope I get something. Well, this is a pretty common thing to do, but a lot of times I don't see oppers do it. They can jump on top of this ticket booth box right here, and because this smoke is not really that well thrown, it acts as, not a one-way smoke, but it makes it very difficult for the terrorist side to see them, and they can get a pick here, but again, a lot of times I don't see that. There's a huge gap in the smoke right here, but the opper just feels ultimately useless, and they just kind of hide back here, hope that nobody pushes through the smoke, because, they probably won't get the no-scope. But again, they just kind of sit back and they wait for the smoke to clear, so sometimes it's very much so worth the risk to take a risk like that, to jump on top of that ticket booth. And another example is this smoke. Sometimes it's not the best, and there's like a little bit of a gap right here. But again, let's say the top of the stairs are smoked as well, and the opper is just like, well, I'm smoked out, I can't really do anything, I'm just gonna stand back here, wait for the smoke to clear, maybe fire some shots through the smoke. Well, you can do something ballsy, work with this gap in the smoke before they fully push out, kind of creep through, jump on top of this bench, and you're going to be very difficult to see through this little gap in the smoke right here. They might be able to see your legs, but you can probably get a pick right here, because, again, a lot of times what terrorists will do, they'll rush a player out right here, they'll rush a player out right up here, and then they'll have another one standing right here, so you can get at least one pick with the op by jumping out onto that bench, like so, creeping out, getting the pick, and then you can fall back into the smoke, wait for it to clear, because by then, usually it's been bloomed for 5, sometimes 6 seconds or so, so you only have a few more seconds to wait, and getting that opening pick is very important, and a lot of times, again, because a player does not dare even to be dynamic, they just end up being ultimately useless, and have to either play for a retake, or they get instantly picked. So, I guess the whole thing to this little spiel is, don't just sit in the same spot every time, I mean, don't be afraid to try something new, try something ballsy. I mean, yeah, sometimes it's not going to work, but sometimes it works wonders, and it gets you around, and that one round could, 1, destroy the enemy team's economy, and 2, swing the rest of the game in your favor by either just kind of giving the terrorist side or the CT side, whatever it happens to be, sort of the, I don't know, hesitate to use this word, but makes them sort of tilt a little bit, so to speak. You know, it's a huge mental game, so again, just don't be afraid to be a little bit ballsy. Change up your play a little bit every few rounds, and that's all I have to say about the subject matter. But as always, thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.